Welcome at Toscana Mia. I'm Paola and we have Simonetta on the other side taking care of the video. Okay, so today we have a homemade soup because it's always so good to have a soup. This is a soup done with farro. Farro is a very healthy kind of grain. Now it is available everywhere. You will like it so much because it has a personal taste, not too strong but very nice. Then we are using also beans. These are the white beans called cannellini beans, very typical in Tuscany. We have prepared the cannellini in the normal way that we do. I mean, we use dry cannellini, we let them sit in water for at least 6 hours and then we cook them. As we do not expect that they are available dry for everybody or you have the time to cook them, we can accept that you use also a tin of beans, even if there is a difference, but we'll discuss about that another time. Anyway, if you use the beans in a tin, you have to prepare also a little bit of broth. Don't worry, all of these things are written down again in our recipe at the bottom of this video or in our blog toscanamia.blog. Then we use celery. Don't worry if it's the clear one or a darker one. It has to be celery. A carrot, onion. We love very much using red onion, but if you have a white onion, don't worry. White onion is perfect. And now here we have black cabbage. Black cabbage is a typical thing from Tuscany. Now it is available everywhere in the world. But if you don't have black cabbage, we would suggest you to use some chard. It's nice. You will see why in the recipe. Then we have some tomato puree, then salt and pepper, and then a special gadget for today that we suggest you to have at home, because when preparing a soup, it's great because the beans will go through this one, and so they will create a creaminess into our soup. Okay, we're ready.
Can I do 2 questions?
Yes,
Can
please.
I use other kind of beans?
Whatever beans you have, you can use them. These are the typical one for us, but then we use also the red one, the black one, or the borlotti that are white with the red strips. So whatever beans you have, they're perfect.
And farro is like spelled.
Farro is similar to spelt. Many times is mistaken, translated with spelt. It's not the same thing. In case you don't have the farro, you can use the spelt. And now we chop here our onion, our carrot, and our celery. As usual, we do the mezzaluna. That's the typical Italian tool. But if you like, you can use also the chef knife, as you prefer. You have to chop them. You don't need to chop them too fine because anyway they will cook in the soup and they will be very nice to taste. Okay, so not big chunks, but not extra fine as we would pretend in a tomato sauce. You see how easy this is to be used? I suggest you to get one. Oh, this is great. Okay, done. As usual in Italy, a little bit of olive oil. That means cover the bottom of the pot here. When we talk about olive oil, most of the time we mean extra virgin olive oil. We'll start with the ingredients we've been chopping before. So we have our carrot, celery, and carrot, celery, and onion. All of them in here. Okay. We let them to get a little bit of color, but not really so much. A spoon, Simonetta. Thank you. I always forget something. Okay, so this one starts giving taste to our oil. And then we add our tomato puree. Okay, and here is our tomato puree. It will give a very good taste to our soup. We mix it. Then we add some broth from the beans we have been cooking. Just to give you an idea, these are the beans we have cooked before. They are already so soft. But if you don't have them, if you haven't cooked them, you can just use something from a can. What we need is also the broth from these beans. So we are using the broth we have been cooking the beans in. If you haven't cooked them, you have just to prepare some broth on a side and use now, because we are going to cook the farro into this broth. Okay, some of it now. So it starts cooking this part, and then we add our cavolo nero, the black cabbage is going into. If not black cabbage, Swiss chard. So it cooks for a couple of minutes already, and then, only then, we can add our farro. So we let it cook, we add a little bit more broth, we can add some salt and pepper, okay? So we add broth, because the farro, we will need something to cook in. And then some pepper. And some salt. When it's this liquid is hot, so starts boiling, we will add our farro. So that we have given time to the vegetables and the black cabbage to cook, we add also our farro in. Okay, farro, when you buy it, you will see always that they say how long it takes to cook. I mean, sometimes is 40 minutes, sometimes is 15 minutes. It depends very much how much it has been treated. So just follow the instruction from the package. Now we let it cook, and then we have to add the beans. So now just time for cooking it. Now that our farro is cooked, we have to add the beans. The beans, you see, with this gadget here, it's wonderful, because you take out your beans, then insert them here. I mean, you could have the beans as they are whole, but it's much better if they go through the strainer. This is what we call a vegetable meal. In this way, going through this, they create this kind of consistency that helps to give creaminess to our soup. Then, after 5 minutes cooking, it will be much more creamy than what it is now. That's the simple reason for doing it. Anyway, this is a kind of gadget we suggest you to have and use, because every time when preparing a soup, you can have a more velvety one. I mean, what you do, you can serve a rustic soup with the chunks, with the pieces, with the beans, the peas, the chickpeas that you can see. But otherwise, in this way, you can have something more velvety. Okay? And that's what we are doing. Then our 5 minutes of cooking, this is how it works. Here it keeps the skins, and here you get just the pulp of the beans. Then we stir everything, we cook for other 5 minutes, and then our soup will be ready. And now our soup is ready. Hope you can see it well. You see, there are all our ingredients there. Smell is good. And our farro is cooked with beans. And now we can serve it in a bowl like this. I remind you, you can follow us on our blog to get the recipe, or you can find the recipe underneath. Oh, here it is. It's the recipe at toscanamia.blog. Okay, then please, nice comments are well accepted. Oh, here also a little bit of parmigiano if you like. Remember that in Italy we always use parmigiano on soups and on pasta, just like this, if you like parmigiano. Otherwise, no parmigiano. And then if you have any request, anything, just let us know, because we are going to publish more recipes for you. Okay, so here we have our soup, Buon appetito!
Buon appetito!